Hello everybody, how are you doing today? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather Rodriguez. I'm a natural fertility specialist. My team and I help couples who are trying to get pregnant, overcome fertility issues, preparing for medical fertility treatments, or who just want to be healthier before they get pregnant. So we work with everybody in that realm. All right guys, thank you so much for joining. So let's get on to today's fertility scope. This is relevant for men and women who are trying to get pregnant. Everything that we're doing, let me just get more comfortable here. Everything that we're doing, men should be doing as well. Everything that the women are doing to prepare, men need to be doing as well. So this pertains to both because the genetic material that's being used to make your amazing child that's about to come into your life is going to come from both of you. So this is really important. Okay, so on to natural fertility diet guidelines, and I do look at notes just to make sure I cover everything for you guys. Okay, so what we're going to focus on today is a broad overview of what to eat. Because I keep on saying, okay, eat a natural fertility diet, but what does that mean? It means a couple different things. A healthy diet in the normal everyday world is going to actually be, a fertility diet is going to actually be different than the normal diet of health that many people suggest. There's going to be a couple different things that you do while you're trying to get pregnant and to support your fertility than you would do when you're just being healthy in everyday life. So it's not, a lot of people come to me and say, Heather, I'm eating healthy, but I'm still not ovulating, or I'm eating healthy, but I'm still not able to get pregnant. And there's two things I have to say to that. First is everyone's definition of health is going to be different. So that's why I wanted to cover this video today. And two, diet is the foundation of everything, but it may not be the only thing you need. I do have to say that. It's the foundation of everything, but there may need to be herbs used, there may need to be other things used to help support your fertility, but this is the basis. So on to it. Okay, so the first thing is the fertility diet focuses a lot on fruits and vegetables. You'll know with the 21-day fertility diet challenge or the fertility smoothies that I teach about, the reason we do that is fruits and vegetables are rich in minerals and antioxidants. Those two things are going to be super important for boosting your fertility. Antioxidants help to support egg health. They help to protect the integrity of the DNA that is being passed on to your child. So those are very, very important elements. You want to make sure that the genetic material you're passing on is as healthy as possible, as much as we have control over. So folate is also something else that's going to be found in a lot of dark leafy green vegetables, which is very important for early pregnancy to help to prevent birth defects. So dark leafy green vegetables and fruits. Fruits are high in antioxidants. The more colors, the better. So that's why we focus so much on fruits and vegetables. Also, they both have lots of fiber. Apple skins have tons of fiber. Vegetables, broccoli, cruciferous vegetables all have tons of fiber, which helps your body to get rid of excess hormones. So all of that is happening just from eating fruits and vegetables. Pretty cool. So some tips on eating fruits and vegetables, because I know some of you don't like them. You don't like the taste of them. One tip is fertility smoothies. Another tip is to juice them. A third tip is to take a green supplement such as Fertila greens to make sure you're getting greens in. I would definitely continue to eat fruits and vegetables, but adding that to make sure you're getting everything in. And then the fourth tip is to use organic butter or some type of oil that you like on your vegetables so you eat them. That is totally okay on the fertility diet, to eat a organic butter or ghee or olive oil, grapeseed oil, coconut oil. I personally love coconut oil, so whatever works for you. All right, so on to the next element of the fertility diet. It's going to be what kind of meats and proteins to eat. So we've got fruits and vegetables for antioxidants and minerals, and now we need protein. Protein is going to be important for helping to build the lining of the uterus. It's going to be important for a lot of different functions in the body that have to do with energy and creation. Amino acids are building blocks of a lot of the processes of energy in the system. So the types of protein you eat are very important because that is one of the most concentrated ways you can get GMO and pesticide foods. The way that happens is the cow, we'll just use a cow or chicken for example, is eating feedlot food, which is generally GMO food. And it's concentrated because they're eating it and they're getting larger. They're also given hormones and antibiotics, which can the hormones and the GMOs can all affect fertility. So that's why it's important to eat grass-fed organic meats and chickens, meats, I would just say beef and chicken mostly. So that's going to be really important to get a source. I know it's more expensive. I totally get that. See what you can do, what you can shift around to do that, but that's probably one of the most important sources to get organic, in my opinion. And then the next healthy food to eat for fertility is going to be fish. So you're going to eat fruits and vegetables, you're going to eat free-range and organic meats, and cold water fish. You want to focus on the smaller cold water fish for the essential fatty acids, which help to build hormones in your system. The next is going to be when you're focusing on chicken, free range, and as free range or close to their natural state as possible is going to be important. You do not want food lot meats. And this pertains to both men and women. All of these tips are both men and women. It's the same effect on the sperm health. It's the same effect on the egg health. The next thing is going to be to make sure that you're eating a diet that's high in fiber. We talked about that earlier with the fruits and vegetables, but the fiber is going to be important for hormonal metabolism in the system. And then the last thing that we get asked a lot about is, what about dairy? So while you're trying to get pregnant, dairy is something that I would not suggest if you have a condition that's very congested, stagnant, that's more the word, that's more stagnant, such as PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids, things where there's stagnation in the body, things are not moving in the body. So I would not suggest dairy. If you are going to do dairy, if you're like, I'm not giving up dairy, Heather, please do organic. If you can, get raw milk. And look more towards the fermented forms such as kefir or yogurt. But I wouldn't suggest dairy as an overall fertility food, like eat more dairy, it's good for your fertility, not necessarily so. So if you have those kinds of conditions, you want to do more research into the effects of dairy on that. Some foods to include are going to be nuts and seeds, so you can replace milk with any nut milks, seed milks. Nuts and seeds are going to be fantastic for fertility, especially for men because they're high in zinc and they're high in some other minerals that are important for sperm production. You want to avoid soy. You don't have to be crazy about it, but no, soy proteins, things that are really concentrated in soy, such as soy milk, because it tends to mimic estrogen. And then the last thing is to avoid processed and refined foods. So processed foods are going to have a lot of additives to it, sugars, things like that. We want to stay away from excess sugar to help keep the blood sugar balanced. That's a big topic. So that's why I don't suggest fruit juices for smoothies or just drinking straight up fruit juice in high amounts, because the sugar is released in your system and then that goes on to hormonal imbalance. So I hope you guys, that was a huge topic. I'm trying to squeeze into a really usable short scope. So I hope you found that helpful. And that was kind of how to get started with the fertility diet and what to focus on eating and kind of what to avoid. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful.